The idea of the trophy bug came from just a passion for bugs ever since I've been little. My mom had a bug when I was born with a picture of me and her in it and a big smile on her face, and I just saw that on the refrigerator every day until I was about 7. That's something that throughout my childhood, the Cali dream was just to own a bug. Throughout the ranks of building multiple different faceted and purposed bugs, the top tier is the trophy truck class. So building the trophy bug was something that, I don't know, it's just, as a kid, you see the trophy trucks and you think it's so far-fetched. And being able to now be in the position to build one under our own roof here at the Shark Den is just unreal. I mean, it's been a long, hot summer, and we're near the 50% mark, and we got 4 months to go until race day, like literally 4 months exactly. And there's still a lot of pieces to the puzzle, but being able to compete on that level with the maintaining the characteristics of a bug from the outside appearance, but with a lot of the modern tech on the inside is rather interesting, to say the least.
Blake Wilkey represents the average guy who just has a dream to come off-road racing. You know, last year he built a Class 11 in 60 days by himself and came and raced the Mint 400. Now Blake is building a trophy bug, which is basically a modified version of a trophy truck with a VW body on it. He's building 2 identical trophy bugs, one for him and one for a customer. Blake and his partner Kevin have basically designed and built this vehicle from the ground up. What I really love about this build is it takes a stock VW Class 11 and mixes it with a trophy truck. It's like taking the most basic platform and mixing it with our most advanced platform. I think it's going to be really cool.
When we first got this idea for the TT bug, I built a shell and figured, you know, if this thing's going to be a top-notch contender, we got to do this right. So I've known Kevin Butts from Quixotic Motorsports since I was 20 years old, and he was delivering Fiberworks glass to our short course team that I was wrenching on. And he kind of branched off and started doing his old thing back in the day, and I always followed his adventures on Facebook and his builds, and he knows his shit. It was like, the time is now, build the baddest bug on the planet. And here we are today with some chassis behind me and a lot of cool shit in store for y'all. But y'all gotta meet Kevin, because he's a bad mama jump.
Well, it was Blake's idea originally to do like a mega bug. He took 3 shells, bug shells, and put them all together and like extended them 12 inches this way and 16 inches the other way to make a mega shell. Finally he approached me about it. He's like, hey, I got this bug shell that I've been sitting on. I want to do something with it. Nothing's really happening with it. So we're like, all right, well, let's put it on a TT chassis. So we took the shell, the Fiberworks, and we had it scanned. They 3D scanned the whole thing, and I got it in the computer on SolidWorks and was able to basically build the chassis around that shell as a base platform. So, and here we are. I love to put my ideas into something and see them come to life. You know, like that's what originally got me into the whole off-road scene, is seeing these trucks out there. And I was a kid, like 18, I didn't have money to build one myself. So I'm like, I'm gonna teach myself how to build these trucks, basically.
Maintaining the VW style throughout, you know, I guess my career or my hobbyist lifetime up until now has just been something that I want to stay true to, going back to the roots of that picture on the fridge growing up with my mom. And from the sand cars to the Class 11 to the OG Shark to Megalodon to other friends' Class 5 cars, it only seemed fitting to build a trophy truck around a bug and morph it into a TT bug. With the rear fenders, the front hood, all that stuff is super proportionate, which my boy Kevin did on SolidWorks. So when this thing's done, it's gonna be hopefully a fan favorite. It's definitely gonna be an underdog with some of the other cookie cutter trucks that, you know, anyone can go and purchase if they got the cash, but there's only gonna be 2 TT bugs to hit the streets and the deserts of Nevada, hopefully in December.
Getting to enjoy what we've created, that's always the best part of doing it, and that's really where the passion comes from of us doing this kind of thing. Is we just love to do it. We love to be out in the desert, hanging out with people and just going fast in the dirt. So Yeah, the feeling is something, is why we do it. Honestly, we're not rich guys. It's not just like a hobby for us anymore. Like, this is what we breathe, and this is what we like. This is what we do. That's who we are. So just can't wait to get in that thing and freaking spin some tires.
The Mint 400 is just one of those nostalgic races in America. I mean, it's in Vegas. There's so much hype. There's so many big sponsors. The course is probably one of the roughest courses in the desert, and the goal with the TT Bug is to have that be its debut race, just like the Class 11 when we showed up in 2020, and we took second with a car that we barely had any seat time in, and it was built within 6 weeks. And this is like the next step. You know, we're still planning on racing the Class 11 this year. Baja Jerky and you guys threw up 10 grand, so there's going to be over 20 cars there bashing, I guarantee it. And I know what it's like in a Class 11, and there's times when we're first gear cruising, hitting boulders that get spit out onto the race course, you know, going throughout the night. And I think I spent like almost 7 hours in the car for the 200 miles last year. And to be able to do that with a Class 11 and then wake up probably sore as shit the next day and do it in a TT Bug is just going to be something that's never been done before. So doing that for a first, I believe, will be like a career highlight, and just endorphins will be through the roof no matter how it plans out. Showing up to Fremont with the lowest tier class and being able to race with all the guys on budgets that want to just come and get the shit kicked out of them, because I know that's exactly what happens to you at the Mint 400, and then go into the top tier class and be balls to the walls with some of the best. I mean, we're just hoping for a finish. You know, it'll be hard to beat or even place top 5 with over 20 trucks, with a lot of logistics, a lot of preparation, and trucks that are dialed. But if we show up with 2 race-ready vehicles and start off on that starting line, that is a win and a dream come true since I've been a kid.
It's a great American off-road race. What better choice? It's got the most exposure, it's got the roughest track, it's the biggest test of our abilities, and I mean, it seemed like a no-brainer to be our first run with the car and to see how everything goes down.